USA Drive for Girls Golf at the Nota Begay III Junior Golf National Championship. My name is Taylor Burr, and today we're joined by Director of Instruction at the Westin Kierland Resort and Spa in Class A PGA Professional, Lindy LaBauve. Lindy, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me on.
So you played college at LSU, coached college golf, and now you're teaching men, women, boys, and girls. How is teaching golf different than playing golf?
It's quite a bit different. I have to kind of separate the two for sure. Playing golf, I could only play with a swing feel. I mean, there was white noise going on up here while I was playing. I was more on autopilot than anything else. When you're teaching, you have to not only dive into the mechanics and fundamentals, but also how do people learn and how do people respond to information and what's going to click with them. So, I mean, obviously there's a lot more thought that goes into teaching than, when you're playing just like any other fast action sport. You want to be more in reactionary mode versus having to think through all the different steps.
I completely agree. I also think it's amazing that you can share your wisdom with other people.
Thank you.
Now, these days, more and more girls are giving golf a try and thinking about playing tournament golf. What advice would you give these girls, and why would you tell them to go for it?
So, golf is a game that you can play for a really long time, and it's fun. I've been amazed at how few friends played golf when we were little, and then as I got older and older through junior golf into college after, how many people and friends that I had that wanted to start playing golf, and none of them have said, darn, I can't believe I started when I was younger. They all are like, oh, I wish I had started so much earlier. I wish I had done it when you were doing it. And so going for it now, whatever they decide to do with it, they can take it so many different places, and tournaments, they're fun. It's a great way to test and see what you're made of under a little bit of pressure, and can figure out how to handle it better the next time.
For sure. Lindy, the Nota Begay Junior Golf National Championship will be broadcasted on the Golf Channel. Talk to me as a former player and as a former college coach. How will this help the recruiting process on both sides?
Well, I think that kids are going to appreciate the ability to be able to get their names out there and get recognized across the country. And I think for coaches, being able to see juniors perform under a little bit more pressure, I think it'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a great opportunity to get everyone's names out there. For all the girls just starting and thinking about taking lessons, why is golf a great lifelong sport?
It's a sport that you can play in a number of different ways. You can end up competing in it, playing in tournaments. You can play in leagues. You can also play it with friends, coworkers eventually. It can be something that is adaptable, and you can do it in a number of different ways. So getting started now and getting started early is a great way to build some of those skills that you're going to need later on.
Right, and it's a sport that you can play at all ages, which
That's
is
right.
amazing. And it's no secret that you come from a family of golfers. How did this help bring you to the game?
Well, yes, my mom and dad both teach. My grandfather teaches, have a couple uncles that teach as well. So I got lots of lessons at the dinner table. It was pretty easy to at least get better and have all the tools to play golf. But it was my parents and my family's passion for it, and being lucky enough to have good golf parents where they knew how to push me and at times when I needed it, but also knew when to lay off and keep the ball in my court so that I was always driving the car, if you will. And I was just really fortunate that they were able to give me all the tools to get better and better.
Yeah, I can completely relate because golf is a huge thing in my family as well. And last question, what does the game of golf mean to you personally?
I love that it's such a challenge. I would call myself a borderline perfectionist. So I kind of like the fact that you can't be perfect at it, and it's a journey. And you really just have to enjoy the journey as much as there are times when it's hard, and there are times when, gosh, you're just flying high and you're like, okay, just enjoy the ride while you have it. So it can be a lot of fun.
Lindy, thank you for coming on the Wednesday Drive for Girls Golf. I'm Taylor Burr. Have a great day.
Thank you.